All right. We don't care. Picture in picture mode closed. Who cares? Cool. Let's do this 2 minutes. Nope. Right there. You know, well, we're live. We're live. We're live. It's Tuesday, March 17th. I hope you businesses got your tax returns done yesterday. And if not, you found your 7004 extension. So you get another 6 months to get that thing that you've already been procrastinating 6 months on. Oh! Tactical Tuesday, we get started in a minute and a half. We go live in a minute and a half. Are you guys ready for the greatest Tactical Tuesday ever? Ooh, play. I got my Tulsi tea back. I know that was a weird play on words, tea back, but I was actually saying my Tulsi tea back. Uh-oh, that's the 1 minute alarm. Dude, it was perfect timing. What? My cell phone, and that is basically timed up almost to the second. What? Play, it's going to be a great day. Boy, wait for today's lesson from Reframe Your Brain. You're going to be blown away. That's always at the end. I know it's my little hack to make you stay to the end, like you actually stay to the end to listen to the reframe. But for the one person in a million that actually does, trust me, today, probably one of the best. The best? I can't tell, man, because so many of this dude's reframes changed my life. I can't tell. But we live, players. We live. Where's my chat feature? There she is. Public chats. Uh-oh. That's the alarm. Bow! Come on now. Well, you know what that means. Hold on, people. Remember today, every day we get to choose. Do we put on the red lens of critical sight, or do we put on the blue lens of kindness, gratitude? And that is today, my people. That is today. Which lens are you wearing? And yes, these are 1980s 3D glasses. All right. Good morning, business builders, and welcome to Business for Breakfast, where business is the most important middle of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal in this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkled with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. All right, guys. I can't keep wearing those bad boys. If you put them on too long, you know what happens to your eyes. They do this. All right. But I know you're not here for me, and the first thing you're always here for the morning mark. And what is that? It's pretty interesting because there's no prompts required, no drinks, no gear, just you and a functioning brain. We work with what we got. All right. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, it don't matter. Pick one thing you will finish today. Not a list, not 10, not 3, just one. Now, mark it mentally and write it down. That is a line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. This is the pause that sharpens the edge, the moment that turns noise into signal. It's the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. Your day's officially started. All right, my beautiful peeps, you drive, I dive, buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll. Okay. I get all that stuff out of the way. Boy, Justin, thank you, dude. Good to go. And by the way, for you guys that don't know, I've got a little thing that I'm going to be adding to my YouTube channel, and I think you guys are going to love it. I don't know. I think most of my life people have called me the non-gay Richard Simmons. And for you guys that were born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, and party in the 90s, you know who I'm talking about, right? And so the cool thing is through these years, I've really developed a unique sense of style. And for me working out for this annual bike ride that I do, charity bike ride called Pedaling Against Ponzis. If you want to check it out, you can go to ponzirelief.org. This is my annual. This is the shirt that I wear. I've got a new one being made. This is last season's jersey. It's like this wicking material, but it's like what does that say? Second annual charity bike ride, pedaling toward justiceponzerrelief.org. You want to check out what we're doing? Here's a couple of our sponsors. Thank you guys for believing in the cause. But, you can't do what we do for as long as we have and not seeing the devastation, what happens to retirees because of the actions of somebody that's unethical. And so every year, I ride my bike from Dallas to Washington, D.C., in honor of the victims and families that have been affected by financial crimes and Ponzi schemes. And so today is 30 days out from the day that I leave. Today being, yesterday was the 16th. So actually, 30 days from today, we leave April 16th, but because this month has 31 days, it's 30 days from now. Otherwise, it'd be 29 days. And this week, my workouts go, last week, they were 4 workouts a week. And I was telling you about the Richard Simmons thing because last week, to make sure that you guys held me accountable, I started recording my 4 weekly workouts. And I started with, even though last week there were 1.5-hour workouts, and this week they go to 2-hour workouts, I always record the first 30 minutes of the workout for you. It holds me accountable, but also I just dance the whole time. And in my opinion, I think I've got the greatest Spotify playlist. And so every day, and so so far, I think I've got 5 or 6, and I've got my design team kind of editing the videos right now. And I'm going to get these things launched for you guys. And they're really designed, to hold me accountable because I have to do it, which means I have to get my 4 workouts in. But also, I want you guys to have a 30-minute walking routine where, every 5 minutes we kind of pick up the pace. The last 5 minutes, every minute we pick up the pace. And it's really designed to basically dance and walk for 30 minutes where you exercise accidentally. That's coming, okay? And so when you see me at the gym every day, I've got different gear that I wear, right? So every day is a different color. You guys know Monday is Magical Monday. Tuesday, today, Tactical Tuesday. Wednesday, which is Wasabi Wednesday, it's because it's all tea, so there's nothing black and white, always 50 shades of gray. So Wasabi Wednesday is always gray. Thursday is Treat Yourself Thursday, which you and I is royalty, which is the day of purple. And Friday, every Friday, is the day of gratitude, Thanksgiving, and the day of love. And so you'll see that Friday is always red. Today is Tactical Tuesday, and you guys see today the business news, yes, of always amazing. This day in history, always amazing. But on Tactical Tuesday, I do something. It's the only day of the week that I do this, okay? And I build for you a 0 to 90-day service-based business, 0 to cash flow, 90 days. And I do it every single Tuesday. And the best part is we do it for under $1,000. And then when I load up the show notes, I always put a PDF in there. It's like a 2 or 3 page PDF, like a mini business plan. And the thing is most of the time when we're trying to start a business, we suffer from paralysis by analysis. And especially if you're the engineer mindset, a lot of times your mind just shuts down and you try to figure out the whole A to Z formula. And when you're engineering business, you just can't do that. If you try to figure out A to Z, you won't even get started with A. So I always say, don't worry about A to Z, obsess over A to E. That's basically the idea to your first dollar, to cash flow. And you'll be surprised. Most people think, I got to have business cards. I got to have a website. Most of the time, you don't, playa. And today, you're going to find out. Today's business, you hang out. You're going to see in about 30-ish minutes or so, you're going to find we're going to be building a garage floor epoxy business, like epoxy installation, garage floor business. I know, right? Go look at last week and the week before. Oh, my God, man. You guys are going to freak out when you realize all the businesses that we build every week. And by the way, these are literally printed and go make money. Yep. And by the way, if you guys need help with any of this stuff, tiny little plug for us, you can go to accountingplusaccountability.com. We're the only accounting firm on earth that, yes, documents what you did yesterday, but then also partners with you to help you succeed. We're the only accounting firm on earth that gives a 2x profit guarantee. You hang out with us, and in 12 months, we guarantee we will double your profits, or we give you the entire years of fees back. I know, right? But we've only been doing this for almost 60 years. So I think we got a pretty good handle on this process. But if you guys want help with any of this stuff, strategy, consulting, how to do taxes, bookkeeping, payroll, anything dealing with business, you can go to Accounting Plus Accountability. You'll learn about us. You'll see our 2x profit guarantee. But also in the upper right-hand corner is like this little gold button. This is Talk with Aaron. Now, you know that's me, right? Okay, so click there. It links directly on my calendar, and we can talk about anything you want to talk about, including how bad the Cowboys are. Jerry, cover your ears, Jerry. His book back there, Playing to Win. I always tell Jerry to cover your ears because I love Jerry and I love his business mind. Just not a big fan of the team management. But again, who the hell am I? I don't know crap about any of this stuff. So I'm just an idiot. Okay. I'm just from an outsider perspective, not even a big sports guy. I literally don't know anybody that's playing, don't know any of that stuff. I'm just saying from an outside perspective, the dude's, I mean, and this dude has actually changed my life business wise. So when it comes to business, that I can attest to. Jerry Jones is a genius. Okay. Now, if we can we jump into this day in history? I know I've been talking and plugging enough, but man, we have so much to get through today, not including the very end where I build you guys the business, the garage floor epoxy installation business, full business plan, 0 to 90 days, zero from the idea to cash flow. This will be available to you guys the next day or so in the show notes on YouTube. Now, I do want to let you guys know also that I've got, like I said, about 30 days before I leave for the third annual Penalty Against Ponzis charity bike ride, where I ride my bicycle from Dallas, Texas to Washington, D.C. In honor of victims of financial crimes and Ponzi schemes. And if you guys want to learn about that or, I don't know, get involved or something, you can go to ponzirelief.org. Read all about it. You'll see what we do. It's our third annual ride, and we always leave right after tax season and pull into Washington, D.C. on Memorial Day. My parents, I say my parents, my three parents, my mom, my natural dad, and my adopted dad were all air traffic controllers in the Navy. And because of that, love the military. You cut me, and I bleed loyalty to this country. And when you go to D.C. for Memorial Day, there are thousands and thousands of motorcyclists that all migrate in to basically celebrate and honor all the vets. And the very first year that we went, I pulled into DC on Memorial Day. All the motorcyclists were gone, bro. Like high school bands are playing and crap. I'm like, right, right. But I didn't come here for this crap. Okay. Yeah, yeah. No offense to you high school bands. Where the hell are the motorcyclists? Oh, you got to get into town on Friday, not Sunday. What? Damn it. And then last year, I had to delay it and launch in the fall. So last year, we basically left right after Labor Day, which, by the way, was pretty cool. But like this year, I'm just really, really excited, man, because I'm pulling into DC like Memorial Day's on the 25th. And so it's like I'll be pulling in like 2 days before that, partying with all these vets, bro. So I'm really, really excited about it. If you guys want to check out what we're doing, go to ponzirelief.org. Now, can we get into this day in history? All right, all right, all right. Today being March 17th is a day of traditionally defined by color green and the luck of the Irish. Oh, what? Tactical Tuesday is also Luck of the Irish Day, which we know, obviously, St. Patty's Day. But historically, it's a date of profound liberation marked by the evacuation of colonial forces and the birth of modern scientific theory that illuminate our universe. Are you guys ready? What happened in this day in history, March 17th? This day in history, 1905, Einstein's quantum theory of light. My boy, Mr. Einstein, finished his first major scientific paper of his miracle year. In it, he proposed that light is not just a wave, but consists of discrete particles, quanta, a breakthrough that earned him the Nobel Prize and laid the groundwork for modern quantum mechanics. Quanta. Quanta? Isn't that? Okay, this is a Spanish term. Quanta? Is that 20? It's been a few years since I took Spanish. But all of a sudden, I'm like, that's Spanish. This day in history, 1845, the rubber band is patented. Yes, bro. Your freaking tennis ball? Your baseball? Okay, tennis balls are not freaking rubber bands. What are you, an idiot? Baseballs, all this crap. Stephen Perry of the London Rubber Consultancy, Messrs. Perry and Company, patented the rubber band. Originally made of vulcanized rubber, this simple invention revolutionized office organization and remains a staple of document management. Bro, you talk about a play on words. What? This day in history, 1898, successful test of the modern submarine. Irish, look at the Irish. Okay, I'm the worst at impersonations. American inventor John Philip Holland achieved a successful test run for his submarine, the Holland 6, off Staten Island. This was the first submarine to possess the power to run submerged for a significant distance, fundamentally changing naval engineering. Boy, boy. No way. This day in history, major world events. 1776, Evacuation Day. During the American Revolutionary War, British forces were forced to evacuate Boston following the successful fortification of Dorchester Heights by the Continental Army under George Washington. This was the first major strategic victory for the Americans and is still celebrated as a holiday in Massachusetts. My boys from Goodwill Hunting? What, Mass? Ah, shit. What? 1969, this day in history, Golda Meir becomes prime minister. Golda Meir was sworn in as the fourth prime minister of Israel, known as the Iron Lady of Israel politics. She was the first woman to lead the country and one of the first female heads of government in the world. What? Bro, Dave, inspiration. That's amazing, man. I would love to know her backstory. This day in history, 1959, the Dalai Lama flees Tibet. Following a failed uprising against Chinese rule in Lhasa, the 14th Dalai Lama escaped into exile into India. This event marked a major social and political shift for the Tibetan people and drew global attention to their struggle. I don't know much about the Tibetan people, but they got the greatest tigers ever. Tibetan tigers? Boy. Tigers in India do not play, bro. They do not play. What? This day in history, 1861, Kingdom of Italy is proclaimed. After decades of struggle known as the Risorgimento, Victor Emmanuel II of Sardinia was proclaimed King of Italy, formally unifying the diverse states of the peninsula into a single nation. Wait a minute. What the hell? Are you freaking telling me that up to 1861, Italy looked like the United States? What? And it was like this peninsula of all these different little states. What? Okay, that is really crazy. I had no idea. And you guys know our rule. We have a handshake agreement here, and that is on Business for Breakfast. If I agree to do one of two things or both, you have an agreement. My agreement to you is today you will learn at least one thing today, and you will, fingers crossed, I can get you to smile. And this is the like podium gold winning thing that I try for to get you to spit out your coffee. If I can get you to do that at any time today, or you learn something, our handshake agreement is that you like and subscribe. Come on, bro. It's a new channel. You know I need you. And Justin, if you listen, you better be liking and subscribing every one of my episodes, playa. All right. Famous birthdays, Nat King Cole, legendary American jazz pianist and baritone singer who sits like unforgettable. That's who you are. Unforgettable. By the way, you know I do not know how to sing. Everything I do is out of tune, but you should know now who this dude is. Okay. Who else? No freaking way. Gottlieb Daimler? Today, German engineer, industrialist who was a pioneer of the internal combustion engine and automobile development. Because you guys know Henry Ford did not invent the automobile. That was our boy Daimler. Yes. Bro, Kurt Russell? Today's his birthday. Oh my God, dude. Today is just fantastic of birthdays, bro. Kurt Russell. Okay. We all know American actor. And a matter of fact, Rebecca and I were watching something on Prime. By the way, the brand new Nick Cage self-spoofing documentary. I swear to God, if I can give you a recommendation on anything, Rebecca and I cried because it was so funny. I'm talking cried. So just imagine Con Air, okay, but the whole thing is on him, and every actor is like somebody in his life, but his real life becomes a Con Air movie. Very similar to the way like Curb Your Enthusiasm is like a variation of Larry David's real life. This movie is literally one of our favorites. We're like, we need to buy this. We will watch this over and over again. It's that freaking funny and that fantastic. And here's the best part. His co-star is a guy named in the movie. His name is Javi. Okay. Now, he supposedly in the movie, okay, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but he's like this big drug lord and all this stuff. Okay. Now, what's funny is if you guys remember the Netflix series called, gosh, what was it? It was Narco, and it was the two guys. It was the blonde haired guy and then the Hispanic guy, and they were going after Escobar, right? Okay, the Hispanic guy, okay, who happens to work for the DEA in Narco, okay, is in this movie represents the guy that runs. Basically, in this movie, he becomes the Pablo Escobar. Now, I'm not going to ruin the end. It's freaking fantastic, but you must go rent this. And then tomorrow, you're again, if you like that movie, your job to come back to AA Ron and say, look, I promised him I would do this. We have a handshake, and I got to give this dude a like and subscribe. I got to. So, but I say all that because one of the things that popped up was a brand new series with Kurt Russell in it, and it looks amazing with another famous actress, Goldie Hawn or something like that. I don't know. Melanie Grier. I don't know who she is. Meaning, I know who she is. I can't think of her name right now. Today's his birthday. Rob Lowe, bro. To me, Rob Lowe became my favorite actor from Parks and Rec. And you guys know every single Thursday is Treat Yourself Thursday, right? It's the best time of the year. Okay. But for us, it's the best time of the week. Bro, I just make myself laugh every day, man. I make myself laugh. Rob Lowe, love you, bro. He was definitely part of the Brat Pack, bro. For us, born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, and part of the 90s, Rob Lowe has been a part of our life since basically we were born. Like him and Demi Moore and Drew Barrymore. Not Demi Moore. I mean, yes, definitely for sure, but she was more of like the heartthrob, like the thing that you fantasized over. Like, but the people like grew up with us, Rob Lowe, Drew Barrymore, the Brat Pack, those dudes. Okay. Gary Sinise, the bro on Lieutenant Dan, Lieutenant Dan, Gary Sinise, Forrest Gump. Seats taken. Not here, it ain't playa. Today's his birthday. What else happened this day in history? Oh my God. Oh my God. I had no idea, bro. I had no idea. I walk this through with you guys. Okay. So today, 1963, Mount Agung erupts. I wasn't laughing about that. Okay, I'm laughing about what's coming out after this. A catastrophic eruption of Mount Agung in the island of Bali, Indonesia, killed over 1,100 people. The tragedy led to significant global advancements in volcanic monitoring and disaster response logistics. It is amazing to me that just think it wasn't that long ago, a couple thousand years ago, that we as people believed that the God of the earth, we had to sacrifice living children into the foundation of buildings, so that way the God would be pleased and wouldn't bring an earthquake. Yeah, yeah, we did that for zillions of years. We would bury and sacrifice living kids, usually firstborns, the most untarnished. And when an earthquake came, instead of being like something else has to be the issue, we then said the sacrifice wasn't good enough. The next time it's going to be a better sacrifice, bro. Yes. Yes, that was the way we operated. Oh, somebody comes out of surgery and they're died. Okay. Well, did you pray? Yeah, of course I prayed. Your faith wasn't strong enough? Right. And then we find out, a few years later that, it's really important you wash your hands, and we come up with something called germ theory. Right. But before that, when somebody died in surgery, when the doctors never washed their hands and used the same tools over and over again, that was your fault because you didn't have enough faith. Yeah. Such BS, bro. The world would be so much better if they allowed kids by age 18 then to go research all religions and make a decision, to literally beat it in the kid's brain and say, oh, by the way, if you don't believe this crap, okay, when you close your eyes for the last time, we're all going to be dancing on streets of gold, and you're going to be literally on fire for the rest of your life. But hey, sleep tight. What the H, bro? People freaking kill me. Can we talk about something fantastic today? Fun fact. Today is National 3D Day, appropriately celebrated on the third day of the third week of the third month. It's a day to appreciate the technology behind stereoscopic imagery, a little nodding to the depth and perspective that we know today as 3D glasses. What? Because today is 3D. Right here, playa. 3D glasses, bro. Did you know that was the fun fact today? And you guys know our deal. If you learn something, we have a handshake agreement. You got to like and subscribe if you learn or laugh. Come on now. You know that. And by the way, You guys know we talk about business every day. We talk about SBA, we talk about documents, we talk about all this stuff. If you guys want to talk, man, there's two ways to get to us. Well, first, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. You'll see what we do. You'll see our 2x profit guarantee. We're the only accounting firm on earth that documents what you did yesterday, but then partners with you to help you succeed for tomorrow. We've been doing that for almost 60 years. Our like core value as an organization is the only way we're going to be here 20 years from now is to make sure that you're still here 20 years from now. So it's a very, very deep, strong partnership that we have. And so you can go in the upper right-hand corner of the website is a little gold button that says talk with Aaron, or scroll down a little bit and you'll see it says ask a question. It takes you to a different website, but ask a question. I'll reply back or read it on air. And but there's just so much to talk about today. So did you guys enjoy this day in history? I knew you would. I knew you would. All right, all right. Let's jump into our daily briefing, shall we? Shall we? Get ready. All right. Oh, here's a very interesting story. Okay. So it's a really large real estate investment company called Nuveen. They raised $330 million for U.S. cities retail fund. So here's the story. Nuveen Real Estate announced today it raised $330 million for Australian super annuation funds for its U.S. cities retail fund, focused on necessity-based retail properties in urban areas. The capital marks the largest allocation from the region and targets stable, everyday shopping centers. Why it matters. More institutional money is flowing into local retail real estate, which is going to stabilize and lower the rents. Okay, it's going to attract foot traffic, right? And overall create better lease deals for you as the business owner, the mom and pop brick and mortar, the service based, right? Which in the end, and what I hope is that the big cities that basically decided years ago because of political garbage rather than common sense to fund police. I mean, dude, there's so many cities that the big box retailers left. And when they leave, to get them to come back, like it's damn near impossible because they have to rebuild the whole infrastructure again. Like they can't go back into their building after they close it down because usually it gets released. So they got to go rebuild the entire infrastructure again. They won't. So no, this is fantastic, and now we need to see some U.S.-based investment firms doing the same thing. And you guys know, I've been saying this forever. I will be tenant number one as soon as one of the big boys, and I would say big boys, as in the big boys. One of the companies, valued at over $1 trillion. Those guys, when those guys start renovating shopping malls, we're not talking 15-minute cities. We're talking 5-minute cities. Okay. Rebecca and I will be literally tenant number one. Okay. Can you even fathom? And I am praying for this day. And please, Lord, bring it while I'm alive. Bring this while I'm alive. Please, Lord. I got to see a shopping center, a shopping mall, not a center, a mall, where the upstairs is just all apartments. And, because as soon as you walk out of the upstairs of the mall, you walk out of the store, it's just a big ass like walking path. So imagine all upstairs is walking, or is walking and all the apartments. Okay, kind of like when you're at a what's that big hotel that's open in the center, like DoubleTree, or I forgot what it is, but it's the one that's always open in the center, and they've got like a really great happy hour at 5 o'clock, and they always do theirs the same way. But like it's always that track around. Okay, so you open your door and there's always that track that goes around the whole floor. That, okay, the bottom shops, all this cool stuff. And don't forget, it must still have the movie theater. Must. Okay? So you got to have your all of the main stuff we need. The nail person, the hair, all of our services, daycare, everything in this one place. Bro, that is going to be a magical day. And unfortunately, it has to be a company that's worth $1 trillion or more because it takes that much money to do it. And there's 10 companies today valued at $1 trillion or more. An acronym BAM, BAM, WANT, like Bam Bam from Flintstones, not 2 M's, but 1 M. BAM, BAM, WANT. But I can't wait for that day. So back to the news. I knew you guys would freaking love that story. Whoa, for you LA, California peeps, downtown LA, San Francisco's subsidized pop-up shops model. San Fran, you got to get rid of Pelosi, and all of a sudden you can turn the city around. Come on now. Here's the story. Los Angeles officials are studying San Francisco's successful subsidized pop-up retail program to revive its struggling downtown, where boarded up storefronts have lingered post-pandemic. The approach, I wonder why California is like still shut up after COVID. Hmm. Maybe that entire state decided to let anybody steal up to $1,000. The entire state decided that anybody that gets arrested gets basically set free. So basically, just did everybody what they wanted to do because there was no consequences to anything. Oh, interesting. But here's the thing: the approach offers short-term, low-cost spaces to test concepts and draw shoppers back. Now, you guys know we've been talking about this all the time. The brand new trend for retail is the like Swiss Army, like where you bring in like the top 5 services that everybody wants, right? But you put them under one umbrella. Like, you know, when you go to an antique store or antique mall, and it's all these million little booths, but the place that houses it doesn't actually own all that stuff. Okay, they just have the software that way, but these are all individually, independently owned, and people are selling their own crap. So, but when you go to the register up front, because of the code, they know who gets credit for this item, and they take their little piece and percentage of it, but the majority of the funds goes to the owner because that owner has to pay rent for their little space, right? Bigger the space, the bigger the rent, right? You guys get this, right? This is going to be one of the biggest trends ever. I hope that I can be a part of this. I've been thinking about this forever, and I don't know, man. I've got this crazy idea. I can't talk about it right now because when my ideas are brand spanking new, they have to be hashed out. When they're still like 50 shades of gray and really foggy, I'm not there yet. But I'm telling you, this is a huge thing, and it's coming big. And you guys know one of my gifts, if you've known me for any length of time, is I'm always 5 to 10 years ahead of the trend. So that's why I've always done really well in business because I can see what's coming before everybody else can. Now, let's talk through the state of Virginia. What? Okay. Virginia governor announces 1.5 million in port community revitalization grants. Here's a story. Governor Abigail Spanberger unveiled 1.53 million in grants today for projects in Norfolk, Portsmouth, and Newport News, funding makerspaces, commissary kitchens, art studios, cut and sew shops, market halls, and small business support centers in historic port areas. Whoa. They're trying to bring it all back, including the support structure, because they know they're losing it. What makes America America is mom and pop venti shops, bro. This is the only place on earth that you can somehow take some crappy tires, tie them all together, secure a piece of plywood on it, find a broken piece of 2x4, paddle your ass across the ocean, somehow land on the shores anywhere in the States with the clothes on your back, and somehow you basically put a couple $100 in a plastic bag and it's not wet and ruined. And within 20 years, you can make something of yourself. That is only here, bro. That is only here. And we're losing it, man. For 10 years, I've been on a crusade to save the mom and pop venti shop. And I don't know, maybe you guys do know this, maybe you don't know this. I have premonitions. I've had them my whole life. And when I have one, I've never been wrong. I bet 1,000% on my premonitions. And 10 years ago, I was reading a newspaper, and they come in dreams, prophetic dreams. And in this newspaper, and it says things extinct. Everything's like black and white. And so it was like not just newspaper, but like everything. Like it was like 1930s vibe, 20s vibe, you know? And the front of the paper said things extinct, and it had like 2 pictures and then the bottom half. So here it said saber-tooth tiger with a picture, woolly mammoth with a picture, and then the bottom half of the page said mom and pop business with a picture of a business. And I woke up and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Mom and pop venti shops are going out of business at a rate we've never seen before. And this was way before COVID. And so that's so much the reason why I do this show is to champion you. It's to champion me. It's to champion us. Mom and pop venti shops. We're the hardest working people on earth. We're usually the worst in health. We usually are the worst when it comes to retirement. We're the worst with everything, but we spend our entire life giving and sacrificing for our customers and our team members. And nobody ever focuses on us. And so this show, I do it every day. Well, mainly because I need to be encouraged every day. Like for me, like to me, this show is like a 1 hour church service. Come in, hang out with me for 20, 30 minutes. And my only job here is inspire and encourage you. You know, you learn a little bit, you laugh a little bit, but you get inspired, you get encouraged, right? And so, but if you guys want to talk about this, you know, these grants and things like this, you guys know we've been doing this for almost 60 years. The firm was founded in 1968 by business owners, not accountants. And it took Rebecca and I a few years to convince the old man to sell us the business years ago. And he did. And then 5 months later, he passed away in his 80s. It's a beautiful legacy that we get to carry. And I think we're doing a good job because our focus is really saving you. That's why if you go to Accounting Plus Accountability, we're the only accounting firm on earth that yes, we document what you did yesterday properly to make sure you're by the book for the federal, state, and local revenue collecting agency. But we also partner with you to make sure that you're here tomorrow and to help you succeed. Because again, the only way we'll be here 20 years from now is to make sure that you're still here 20 years from now. You come first. Come on now. Why do accounting firms not understand that crap, dude? Why do they not understand that? I don't know. But today is Small Business Day in Albany. Lobby your legislators now. So here's the story. New York Federation of Independent Business. So that's NYFIB, right? Not the National Federation of Independent Business, right, which is NFIB. They declared March 17, 2026, Small Business Day in Albany, urging owners to meet lawmakers on taxes, regulators, and workforce issues during the current legislative session. This is so huge, man. You're starting to see it, man. Are you feeling it? You can feel that we've always felt for years, us mom pop venti shops, that we were always the redheaded stepchild, the black sheep. We were always the weird one, the one that never fit in. You know, we were the ones that had basically ADHD when people just thought we were stupid and we were crazy. You know, and now all of a sudden people are listening and paying attention. Like, wait a minute, we need to pay attention to small business. Like Mr. Orange Man's administration, bro. I have seen more SBA changes this last 12 months than I have in the last 20 years for SBA. I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding. It's insane. Okay. But again, for you guys, this should be nothing but encouraging to you. Are you tracking what I'm saying here? You got to be tracking. What else is going on in the news? Speaking of AI, I know like every story has to do with that. The Promptory launches first curated AI marketplace with built-in strategy director. Here's a story. Frisco-based The Promptory unveiled its new AI platform today, offering curated tools and an integrated strategy director tailored for small businesses and enterprise for streamlined marketing operation. What? What? No way. Here's why this is a big deal. Local retailers and service providers can adopt affordable AI without tech expertise, automating inventory, customer outreach, scheduling to cut labor. I told you guys all this was coming. AI is leveling the playing field. It's happening, guys. It's freaking happening, man. Oh, my God. We're being rescued. Oh, this is beautiful, man. Beautiful. What this is saying is, but this is going to be a service we add for sure. We're going to be doing monthly AI training to our customers. I'm starting this in April. Justin, if you're listening, I know you are. Unfortunately for Justin, like this dude is basically like he's attached to me. So like, you know, like when you watch like a whale and then you see like the suckerfish who basically they're like shared, you know, like a Siamese twin, 2 heads, 1 body, right? That's me and Justin. And so anytime I do this show, this dude's always like, please God, do not give him an idea. Because the second I'm like, Justin, write this shit down. We're going to be fixing this, bro. We're going to be doing this in April. I was just visiting with my father-in-law and he was like, bro, can I just tell you guys something? You're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. Okay. So Google's Gemini, okay, which we all know like is freaking amazing. Okay. So for years, I started with chat. I was like day one chat. Okay. I was using it when nobody else was. Now I use it out of 100 inquiries I do for AI. Probably three of them, maybe five of them will be chat. The rest of them will be Gemini, Grok, or Claude. Okay, based on what I'm trying to do. And Gemini, dude, just came out with brand new. They've had something called Notebook LM, which is like project based type of stuff. Now, I swear to God, you can create your own executive council. So I was talking like with my father-in-law, and he's like, "Hey, I need to move some like he's I don't know, he's got like a what they call like a cold storage wallet or something. He keeps a bunch of crypto and crap on there, and so he's like, I need to figure out how to get that to the exchange where I can do that pretty freely, and I'm trying to minimize my taxes and crap. Now, of course, obviously, we've been doing this for 25 years, so we have a pretty good handle on it. But I created my top two or three guys online and basically put all of them, and then Notebook LM learned all of them, and then you can literally ask them questions as if it was that person. I swear to God, I swear to you, you can now have your own executive council because of AI. Yes, you guys know as an accounting firm, accountingplusaccountability.com, we're the only accounting firm on earth that, yes, documents what you did yesterday, but then we partner with you to help you succeed for tomorrow. And we have peer advisory groups. So all of our clients are in peer advisory groups. And so these are like, it's your own executive council. But they really have three purposes. One, clarity. So most of you guys know I've been working on a book the last couple of years, the Mama Pop Venti Shop Survival Guide, how to keep the 7 plates spinning. All business owners, especially mom pop venti shops, have to spin the same 7 plates. And so been working on the book. It's been 90% done for 2 years. And so anytime you start a peer advisory group, they're like, you come into it with goals. Okay, this isn't like therapy where 5 years in, you're like, I feel like I haven't learned anything. This ain't that. You come in, you've got tight commitments, we've got weekly accountability, but really the purpose of the accountability is to do 3 things. One, give you clarity on what are your priorities. Number 2, hold you accountable with a group of peers, man, all high capacity mom pop venti shop owners like you, which means you also get a lot of different perspectives. And as you're struggling with something, a lot of these other people have already successfully navigated that, which means the third thing that they do, which is probably the most important, helps you minimize mistakes, especially the ones that cost you freaking money. Right? Right. Accountingplusaccountability.com. If you want to talk to me about that, hit the little gold button in the upper in the header that's talk with AA Ron. That me. That be me. You can talk to me about anything you want to talk about. Okay. Consulting, strategies, planning, any of the businesses that we build here, any of the things that we're talking about, paperwork that we need help filling out. You guys know we spend half of our freaking life in ministerial, administrative tasks, just doing freaking paperwork, bro. Why? Because our customer is you, the mom pop venti shop. Venti does not mean large, it means 20, 1 to 20 employees, which means mama pop, okay? Which means the owner spins all 7 plates themselves, man. All 7 plates they spin, okay? That's why we partner with you, man, because you already have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You have 2 elephants on your shoulder. Our job in Business for Breakfast and Accounting Plus Accountability is to put those damn elephants in the sauna. I can't get rid of them, but I can for sure as hell lighten the load on your shoulders. For sure as hell do that. All right, all right. Can we get back into the news today? Can we? Okay. 2026 will be a year of rapid technological advancements for small retailers. I knew it, bro. I knew it. Dude, every day is about this crap, bro. 2026, we will look back in history as a couple things. One, Scott Adams, my boy. Every single show we finish with one of his reframes in the book. And today's reframe is going to blow your mind. And we will do that here in a minute because I've got to build you guys Tactical Tuesday. I got to build you a service business here in a couple minutes for under $1,000. And in 90 days, you'll be generating money. Okay, that is coming in 3 minutes, 7:45. Okay. But Scott Adams, we'll look back in history and realize that 2026, we lost our modern day Oracle, Scott Adams, creator of Dilbert. Wrote that book the year before he passed away. And he passed away January 13th of 2026 and unleashed an army atomites, and so the guy's just brilliant. And we will also look back that this is the year of the Great Awakening. We all woke up. We thought that was going to happen on the internet. And by the way, I would think that that would be like the warm up. The invent of internet was the dress rehearsal for the Great Awakening. Yeah, yeah, I definitely believe that. Um, I think we're going to look back and realize this is a year that we realized everything we were taught, nothing was real. And the funny thing is, Scott Adams was teaching this for years. Anything in the news that deals with economics and politics is never accurate. It's never true. It's always a lie. And even if this story is directionally true, there's always lies of omission because everything that you read about is designed to be, in its very nature, propaganda by its nature. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. It's just a thing. And so, it's such a big deal, man. But 2026, year of rapid technological advancement for small retailers. New analysis published today highlights how AI, robotics, and automation are accelerating for independent retailers amid tariffs and K-shaped recovery. Oh, dude, I got another thing I got to do is find. Use with customer star loyalty. Crazy idea I've got. We'll see if it happens. I have to write this crap down because you know how ADHD works, right? In 5 minutes, no, 2 minutes, that thought is gone. Okay. But this is a big deal because adopting these new policies are going to be able to help you slash overhead, improve your checkout speed, personalize the service, helping your brick and mortar store compete. You guys know I talked about this last week, 2 weeks ago, because Lowe's came out with their earnings and they were like way up. And I said, but like I was talking to my neighbor across the street. He's an old guy. I mean, he's older. I say he's not old. He's an older gentleman. I think he's 70-ish. Works at Lowe's part time. Doesn't need to. He just enjoys it. And he was telling me about how Lowe's has all these cameras now, where the cameras are on the aisle and they're AI cameras, and the camera senses if somebody is browsing, and it will send an associate over to the aisle to help the person. And he was telling me about how one of the associates there was a female. She had long hair, and she was wearing a hoodie, and it was covering her red Lowe's vest. And so she was actually helping a customer, but it didn't see her as an associate. So it saw two customers that needed help, and she was standing there, and it kept calling over an associate while she was there. So they got to work out some of the bugs, but that's the new tech that's coming, bro. Dude, could you just imagine? Just imagine this. Home Depot installs this. Like the biggest pain in the ass in my entire existence is the day that I have to use somebody from Home Depot to cut some wood. I don't understand why it happens to be on this damn day that day you go that you need to cut down a sheet of plywood. Okay. It will take you 15 minutes to find somebody to help you cut the wood. Now, by the way, associates are everywhere. And you go up to the pro desk. There's three dudes standing there, all bullshitting with each other. All of them know how to work this damn machine. And what do? Let me call somebody for you. Yeah, hold on. I'm running with my conversation. Hold on. Yeah, can I help you? You cut wood? Yeah, hold on. Hey, guys, I'll be right back. Yes. We need an associate for the wood chopper and wood chopper. We need an associate for wood chopper. Uh, yeah, but can you help me? No, I have to stay here, just in case. Right, but it's like 11 a.m. and nobody on earth that's in construction is coming in here for that. So can you come help me? I can't. I have to stay here. Yeah, it's complete BS. Can you imagine having that freaking AI camera right there at Home Depot? And it's like picks up and you're standing there. Because that's the thing about this damn place. Why is there no button that says I need assistance? Their key making machine, freaking button. Push the button to come make me a key, right? But there's no press a button to come and cut me wood. Damn it, Home Depot. Lowe's, for the love of God, as a favor to me, start cutting wood and I will never, ever shop at Home Depot again. Mark my words. Lowe's is figuring this crap out, and they're doing exactly what the small guys are doing too, and they're using the AI to increase and enhance level of service, not minimize it, but deploy it better. Better deployment, not reduction. Okay. So that's why this is really, really awesome, man. Okay. I have so much news. I can't today. We have to shift into my favorite segment of the entire week, and well, okay, Tactical Tuesday and Wasabi Wednesday really for me are like my two favorites, but for two different reasons. Okay. We know this dude loves tea. I love gossip. I love TMZ. I love it. Okay. I love Housewives of Beverly Hills. Love it. And so Wednesday is like my only outlet for like 10 minutes. I can just talk about all the gossip. You have no much crap. You have no idea how much crap I'm going to talk to you tomorrow about the royal family. I have so much tea I need to give you tomorrow. I can't do it today, damn it. Just trust me. You want to be on the show tomorrow. I have so much to give you, and you're going to love it. Bro, you don't even know what's going on with the royal family right now. Tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning, you will. Mark my words. Tomorrow morning show, you will know what's going on. And you always know it's Wasabi Wednesday because I'm wearing gray. When it's gray, woo! If you like TMZ play it, you're going to like Wasabi Wednesday. All right, all right. Let's jump into Tactical Tuesday. Can we build a business, please? Can we build a business? Now, you guys know everything we talk about here. You want to get to us, go to accountingplusaccountability.com, and you can talk to us about anything you want to talk about, including how to do this business. Oh, I'm already on it. I knew you would be, bro. Justin, I love you, bro. My little Siamese twin. I so appreciate you more than you will ever know. But get those clips loaded up. I love you, dude. All right. Can we talk about our $1,000 business? Are you guys ready? I need to also create. Hold on. Create. I have to create a Tactical Tuesday theme song for you guys. Oh my gosh. You know, like on Monday, it's like, it's Magical Monday. You know that song? So I got to come up with one for Tactical Tuesday. It's a Tactical Tuesday. No, I'm going to come up with something even cooler, way cooler. All right. But you guys know this is the A to E business plan, not the A to Z. We don't worry about A to Z. We obsess over A to E, which is the idea to your very first dollar. And we will do that in 90 days. Are you guys ready for the journey? Are you ready for the journey? And tomorrow, when you guys load up in the notes, you'll see that I'll have a PDF with this. It's usually 3 pages of the full. Just print it, follow it, and you're making money. My only request is that as you're making money, you reach out to Accounting Plus Accountability. Let me know, and also let us do your accounting. We have a 2x guarantee, profit guarantee. Within the 12 months of using us, we guarantee we will double your profits in a year. So I think we know what we're doing. And are you guys ready to learn a garage epoxy floor business? I knew you would be. I knew you would be. All right. You guys know paralysis kills. So this is the paralysis kill list. Okay. If you are focused on branding, yeah, that's the engineer trap. Don't do it. Okay. A to E reality, $0. Your name, epoxy on a polo shirt. That's it. Equipment. 15th. This is what everybody thinks. 15,000 for industrial planetary grinder. Bullcrap. $200 daily rental from Home Depot. Yeah, bro. I'm engineering this crap with no money. Every business that I launch with you every Tuesday, you can get started for less than $1,000. Website, 10-page SEO optimized masterpiece. It's like a before and after. That's what everybody thinks they have to have. Nope. Before and after Facebook gallery. That's it. Most of the time, the engineer thinks, I got to spend 3 weeks on LLC, my operating agreement, bull crap. Nope. Just get general liability insurance and get the hell out the door. Marketing. Most of the time, you're like, I need to spend $1,000 a week on Google Ads. Nope. Door knocking, Facebook groups. Next door. That's it. Okay, so now are you ready? Are you ready? Now, you guys know the A to E framework. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E. Each letter represents something. A is the idea, okay? And for us, that's the high margin floor coating for residential garages, okay? B is what's the minimum setup? Letter B, that's the insurance, basic hand tools, rental agreement. Letter C, this is customer acquisition, okay? Finding one person with a dirty floor and a checkbook. And letter D, this is the estimate, and we close the job. Quoting the job using the $5.50 square foot rule. And letter E, this is always your first dollar. It's the moment the deposit hits your hands. everything before this is a hobby. Are you ready to build a business? Okay. First of all, $1,000 lean startup budget. Every dollar has to be spent um, like seed money, seed for leads. This is seeds for leads. Okay. So general liability, $500 annually. Okay. You want to go even cheaper route. See if you can find it for monthly. Really conserve that $1,000. Hand tools. We need squeegee, spike shoes, $150. It's really the only gear you need to own. Your marketing, $100 for flyers. And by the way, we can definitely do this. We have an entire, because we help you spin 6 of the 7 plates of business. Plate 1 is the trade, plate 2 is the accounting plate, then sales and marketing, then HR, then customer service, and logistics and IT. So we always spin plate 2, the accounting plate, because it's universally the one plate all of our mom and pop Venti shop owners hate spinning, and it's also the one plate that will burn you the fastest. And so, but plate 3, which is sales and marketing. Plate 1 is the trade. You must always spin that one plate. We will spin 6 of the 7 plates, but we will not spin plate number 1. You must always spin plate 1. And we will help you spin plate 1 by spinning the hell out of the other 6 plates. Because the only way you can sustain your business long term is what makes us different than anybody else is our level of customer service and our authenticity. But it's very difficult for you to focus on that when you have to spin all 7 plates of business at the same time. So yes, we will do the accounting plate, easy. That's plate 2, plate 3, sales and marketing, and we will spin that for you as well. I've got the greatest marketing team on earth, and we can do anything for you. And here's the thing: we're big believers in eating our own home cooking. If I ain't eating it, I ain't having you eat it. Everything that we talk about, we're using. Okay. So $100 for flyers, and these are like the physical leave behinds. Okay, demo kit, $50. This is a real cured samples of the work of the epoxy flakes, like on sample boards. Then rental deposit for the buffer, $200. Rent the floor grinder for the job rent the floor grinder for job number 1. Okay, now here is your 90-day action calendar. Month 1, this is the hunt. Okay, so week 1. We register a DBA, okay, doing business as, assume name. We get insurance. We stop researching polyaspartic versus epoxy. That crap don't matter, okay? Week 2, create a demo board. Cut a 2x2 piece of plywood. This is the portfolio. Week 3, this is the friends and family blitz. Offer to do 1 garage at cost of material plus $200 just for photos, okay? This is where, and by the way, that's week 3. Week 4, post the photos in 20 local Facebook community groups. That's it. That is your only job, month 1. Month 2, this is week 5 to 6, because you can get a lot of people say, oh my God, you got to hook me up. Execute the first at-cost job, document every step. Okay, so remember, you have to go get the job, okay? You want to post, do the garage at cost, okay? Then we execute the first at-cost job, document every step. Week 7, door-to-door in neighborhoods with new construction. This is big, man. Week 8, secure 3 on-site estimates. And matter of fact, there's like door hanging companies that will go put these things out for you. And so literally you can strategically just like pick a neighborhood. Oh, these are the 3 neighbors I want you to go hit, and I need 100 flyers out for each one of them. Done. Month 3, this is where we scale. So remember, week 7 is door-to-door neighborhoods with new construction. Week 8, the goal is secure 3 on-site estimates. Okay. Month 3, this is week 9 to 12. Close 1 full-price job, $3,000 or more. Okay. Use the profit to buy your own grinder or better vacuums. Okay. So here's part 4. This is scripts and formulas. And by the way, this is all in the PDF that you can print. Should be available by tomorrow. Don't over-engineer the quote. Use the 550 rule. $5.50 rule. 550. Okay. Measure the total square footage. Standard 2-car garage is approximately 400 to 500 square feet. $5.50 per square foot is a $2,750 quote. Material cost $600. Rental $200. Net profit $1,950 bones, and that is done within 90 days. So your outreach script. Hey, neighbor, or hi, neighborhood. It's AA Ron, local engineer starting a floor coating business. I'm looking for 3 homeowners who want to transform their dusty garage into a showroom grade space this month. I'm building my local portfolio, so I'm offering a first 5 discount. DM me for a 5-minute estimate. Bro, you're like, and okay, whatever you are, local contractor, local whatever, like basically anybody that's doing this crap, most of these people are some variation of an engineer. So here's the paralysis neutralizer, okay, and we call this the success box. Analysis is a luxury for those who already have revenue. If you find yourself comparing the chemical vapor transmission rates of 3 different primers, stop doing that. Go outside and talk to your freaking neighbor. The floor doesn't care about your spreadsheet. It doesn't care about it cares about the prep and the pour and the smoothing and the polishing. That's what it cares about. Okay? So everybody suffers from this. Aaron's got you covered. If you guys want to help with this, you want to talk through this, you want to talk through any of our other businesses that we have and ideas, you want to strategize, whatever it is, you can go to accountingplusaccountability.com. You can hit us up. In the upper right-hand corner of the header is a little gold button that says Talk with Aaron. That be this, dude. Schedule time to talk to me about anything, man, including how horrible the Cowboys are. Now, for you want to talk about anything else, talk about business strategy, anything, taxes, consulting, accountability plus accountability, accountingplusaccountability.com. We're the only accounting firm on earth that focuses on, yes, documenting what you did yesterday correctly, but also partnering with you to help you succeed for tomorrow. We're the only accounting firm that does this with our peer advisory groups, with this daily show. Everything we do, we're the only accounting firm on earth that has a 2x profit guarantee. We will double your profits guaranteed in the first year, or the entire year's worth of fees are refunded back to you. It's guaranteed. But we've been doing this for almost 60 years. So I think we have a pretty good handle on it. I think we know what we're doing. And but if you want to talk through this stuff, accountingplusaccountability.com. And you can talk with Aaron anytime you want, okay? And so for this, you've got the material list for the demo kit. You've got the insurance provider, okay? Then we just start working on it, man. So you'll be able to go print this here probably by tomorrow. Print that PDF. Let's go to work. If you want to talk through it, okay, Aaron, this is great. Can you kind of help me walk through this? That's right. Accountingplusaccountability.com. Schedule a time to talk with me directly. Easy cheesy. Now, can we get into, are you ready? What'd you guys think, by the way? Was that like encouraging for you guys? I kind of thought that you guys would really enjoy that. I was really excited about this. Man, I've got so many great service businesses that we're going to be starting every Tuesday. It really is just kind of foolish for you not to be able to start like a little side hustle and make some money. It really is. And by the way, that's one of the big things that we're going to be working on as well, is kind of building the entire infrastructure for you guys on these ideas. So all you have to do is say, hey, Aaron, I'm in, hook me up. And I say, okay, and I just hand you the business in a box, and we handle 6 of the 7 plates while you just focus on the trade. That's the ultimate end game. And we're getting closer and closer to that every day. Can we jump in and talk about my favorite thing, which is the daily Reframe Your Brain from Scott Adams? Okay, so today is, we're talking chapter 2, and you guys know every day how we finish out the show is we finish out with a daily reframe. And you guys know our rule. We have a handshake agreement. If you laugh or learn something today, you have an agreement. We agreed. We handshake. Where you like and subscribe. Okay, that's the only compensation I require. Okay, if you learn or you laugh, you like and subscribe. Okay, now let's jump into chapter 2, Success Reframes, how to start something big. Wow, is this not a perfect segue to Tactical Tuesday? Have you ever wanted to do something substantial in your personal or work life but couldn't motivate yourself to start? A reframe can fix that. Okay. So here's the usual frame, the usual way we approach something. The effort is so big and daunting, I can't even start. Now here's the new way of looking at it, the new reframe. What's the smallest thing I can do that moves me in the right direction? Momentum can often create more momentum, especially if you find fuel along the way. Like the way some video games work, you can only complete your mission if you find energy sources as you go. I treat the real world as if it's kind of a video game. By starting journeys without knowing how I'll get the fuel to complete them. I have faith that good projects become somewhat self-fueling, so after an initial nudge, they will start dragging me along for the ride. Instead of draining my energy, they become suppliers. Take the writing of this book as an example. Do you have any idea how hard it is to write a book? It's really, really, really hard. It's so hard, I generally take a few years off after writing one. And I suspect I never would have written a second book if I had accurately remembered how hard the first one was. I've written a dozen books or so, not counting the 50-ish Dilbert comics, reprint books. At this point in my career, I have a full understanding of how hard book writing process is in the sense that I could explain it to you. But I still have partial amnesia about how bad it feels when doing it. Instead of treating that memory problem as a defect, I reframe it as an advantage. It's how I trick myself into succeeding. It's a two-step scheme. Step one, forget how unpleasant it is to write a book. And step two, take the first tiny step of writing a new book and see how it happens. And you know what? Along with this, and I'll give you, along with this, I'll tell you guys, if you suffer from ADD or ADHD, like Aaron does, we suffer from paralysis by analysis on almost everything. So basically the way our brain works is if this is something that you want to do, you can't wait to do it. Our adult-sized brain is just a 4-year-old child that throws tantrums. Definitely will throw itself in the middle of the grocery store, or just jump, like lay on the ground, like when you put a leash on a cat, and be like, drag me, I'm not moving. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's how an ADHD brain works. And so you have to trick it into doing things. Okay. So things that you don't want to do that are unpleasant, that, we would always think of them like homework or something, or coloring. Most of the time, if we don't want to do it, our brain turns that into a pile of clothes in the closet that we don't touch. But you're like, but this is really easy to do. I know. But it's because we don't know how to start. And I'll tell you something that completely changed my life. And when I'm in those places, I go back to what I call the 15. It's either 15 seconds or 15 minutes. And so if I'm doing something super strenuous, like if I'm working out, you guys know, I've talked about it enough, but I do very, 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 very strenuous high incline treadmill workouts. And my very first one that I do is always like more hit based. Okay. So it's like every 5 minutes I increase speed and incline. I start like at a 10, and within a couple sessions, I'm already at a 15. And then I just increase my speed from 2.2 to all the way to 3. And so the last 5 minutes, every minute I increase intensity. Okay. Because I'm already at the highest elevation the treadmill goes. So not just the speed. And how I keep myself encouraged and motivated is I don't look at the full minute, because that 1 minute looks like eternity. I focus on 15 seconds at a time. Okay. Now, when you're trying to do something big and complicated, what I have found when it comes to tasks is set a 15-minute timer. Normal Pomodoro timers are like 20 minutes with a 5-minute break. 20 minutes is too long for me. 15 minutes, my mind says, you can do anything for 15 minutes. 20 minutes is like, nope, can't do it. Don't have time for that. I know this is weird, man. I'm just telling you how my brain works, okay? I know with ADD and ADHD, we all suffer. We have the same type of weird brain, okay? So if you're feeling you don't know where to go and you're stuck, look, take this thing and just set a 15-minute timer. Say, look, whatever I can get done in 15 minutes, just going to do that. That's it. What's the only thing I can do for the next 15 minutes regarding this one task? And what that does, it tends to unstuck you. If you're frozen from paralysis by analysis, like ADHDers are always there. But I thought today would be like really encouraging for you, because it was for me. Did you guys get a lot out of today's show? I really thought you would. And to be honest with you guys, we jumped into the juicy news, and didn't even sing juicy news. And I am so sorry that I robbed you guys of that. But I hope that me saying it at the very end of the show, still you're able to capture some of that. But I know that today was your favorite Tactical Tuesday that you've ever seen. I know it was. And everything we talk about here, guys, you have to remember something. If you think it's harder, you think it's easy, you're right, okay? So I want you guys to remember, most of the time, because we have to spin all 7 plates, we have to be working in the business. But please, make sure you spend some time to mind your own business. All right, my beautiful peeps, you got the news, you got the tips and tricks. Now go own this day. My name is Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you guys know what freaking time it is. Oh, it's time to